Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Alright.
There's no way that's it.
Yeah, we'll see. Welcome to Hot Takes. My name's Robbie. This is Corey. Today we're going to talk about the movie The Little Things, but with a little bit of a twist.
We're going to be trying to discuss this movie after eating hot sauce today. Burn after eating.
So let's see how that goes. And to get started, we're going to have Alexis just give us some questions just to kind of bounce off to see... No, I don't know.
This is a work in progress. We need to see how it's going to work out.
Exactly.
We
Bear
got
with us.
some pretzels to sample our hot sauce.
Homemade.
We're going to go ahead and try it, and then she's going to ask us some questions.
She is. Oh, no. I don't like that.
It's a lot of sauce.
That's a lot of... I'm going to just put a little aside. This is the first
a lot
time.
of sauce.
All right, so cheers.
Cheers.
And then Alexis, ask away.
Ask away.
Alright, who are the main characters in this movie?
Zeke. Oh. Yeah, kind of just hit like...
Denzel Washington is Deke. Joe Deacon. Joe Deacon's his name. Rami Malek is Jimmy. Jared Leto is...
Come.
No.
No. Seaman.
Sparma.
Sparma, sorry.
What is it, Arthur? Is his name Arthur?
Albert.
Albert Sparma. Okay.
Okay.
What were the major plot points of this movie?
Oh, no.
God.
That's really hot.
So, the major plot points. There weren't many.
No, there
The
weren't.
movie's kind of just a jumbled mess.
It was all over the place.
Some of the worst editing I've ever experienced. Like the sauce.
So, it's called The Little Things because it's important to focus on the little details, but also not to let these little details take over you. I think that's what they were going for. Mm-hmm. That's really spicy.
I feel like that's the plot they were going for, but a lot of times they feel like it fails to hit the marks they want to.
Definitely.
I think that's just due to just bad writing and just a weird sense of unfocusedness.
Mm-hmm.
My tongue hurts.
Mine too.
Ow.
What other movies did this remind you of?
Oh, Seven. It's definitely influenced heavily by Seven.
I know they were probably like written around the same time because this movie was written in
Yeah,
like, the
apparently
90s.
they were written both in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Seven came out in 95. But there's very strong influences.
Very similar theming.
I think up until the final act, it's about beat for beat the same as Seven.
Yeah.
You got the two detective characters, one young, one old. One's trying to lead the young one astray. They're both older, popular black actors, and one's a younger. Well, I guess Rami Malek isn't white. He's Egyptian. I'm pretty sure he's Egyptian.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know.
Either way, same concept. Then you got your crazy guy, and now it's Jared Leto instead of Kevin Spacey. Jared Leto's maybe just a little bit better of a person than Kevin Spacey, but only
Barely.
By
He's still like a
only
cult
by
leader,
a little
so-
bit. He's still kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
But at least he's not touching boys or anything. Yeah.
He's just
That
touching.
we know of.
He's just manipulating women.
He's just touching their hearts.
Yeah.
What were the best things about this movie?
It looked
Had some
decent.
good shots.
It looked decent.
There was
It looked
some
decent.
nice framework and some nice cinematography occasionally. But a lot of times it was ruined by the editing.
There was one scene towards the end where Rami Malek and Jared Leto were in a pit digging holes, and that looked pretty good.
It did, yes. There was, like I said, some nice framing.
Very kind of conventional LA street
Noirish.
portraiture. Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, it looks decent.
It was alright.
What were the worst things about this
Oh, the worst thing.
Everything
It
else.
was the little things you see.
Yeah.
All right. One of us had to say it. at
I
least
know, it
once.
was going to happen eventually. Alright.
Definitely the editing. There were scenes where characters would be in one location, and then the next scene they're in an entirely different location, or one character walks into a building, another character's already in there, and they were in the same scene together before. It's very bad. It makes the movie actually very hard to follow.
I just hated it.
It was
just extremely boring.
It was very hard to stay focused.
Yeah, it's one of the most formulaic plots I've seen. I said before, it could be like a 30-minute chunk of like
It was
Criminal Minds.
very Criminal Minds.
But they extended it 2 hours and like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 hours 7 minutes. I think is what it was. It was funny enough the same length as 7. Just none of the fast-paced, moving action that 7 had.
Or the tight script where like it's always going. Like the pacing is so good in 7, where this movie it just kind of drags, and you're constantly wondering like what's happening next. Oh, okay, well we know something about this guy, but it seems kind of obvious. But no, let's just wait another half hour until we get the little thing.
The little things, they're
Extra.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But they're not good.
No.
So what did we think about the music and the score and the soundtrack?
I hope you like that for 2 hours.
They kept going through this theme song that they wanted to force into every scene.
But it's the most generic
It didn't work
crime
at all.
like song ever.
It didn't work.
No.
It's
not
funny
even
because the subtitles kept just saying suspenseful music. Suspenseful music intensifies.
It's not very suspenseful.
It wasn't very suspenseful at all. And they threw in some old timey love songs. It didn't really work too well.
No.
I guess, honestly, I think it had to do with the 90s setting.
Yeah,
I don't think they worked well in a 90s setting. If this was like in the 50s, 60s maybe, this would have worked a little better.
but they're trying to make it a period piece because of how old the script was, I feel like. They kind of drew into that. Because a lot of the plot points wouldn't really work as well if it was set in modern day.
Yeah.
They'd have to update certain
They
things.
would.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, not a lot of it. I mean, there was some stuff involving payphones, but I think they could have gotten around it with a cell phone.
Yeah.
It could have easily taken place. They just have to modify and tweak a couple things. Maybe just update the cars.
Overall, what did you think of it? You know, what were your overall thoughts of the movie?
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's real bad.
It's take 7. Take all of the intriguing plot points about, you know, the 7 deadly sins. Or
Yeah, that's what I was
whatever
going
it
to say. It's as if the writer saw 7, just didn't pay attention to the 7 deadly sins at all,
No.
and threw that story in here. And took away the good ending.
Yeah. Even though the ending's still very similar in a weird way.
I guess we could talk about the ending.
Yeah, let's just talk about the ending because it's
All right.
just
So let's start with the ending in 7, just so we kind of have
Alright.
some context.
If you've never seen 7, this is a pretty classic spoiler.
yeah.
You just go watch 7 or skip this part.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
So this one, Denzel Washington, Rami Malek are chasing Jared Leto. We don't know he's the killer. There's no conclusive evidence saying he's the killer. Rami Malek and Jared Leto drive out to the desert.
Yep.
Where Jared Leto says there's a body. He's digging a bunch of holes. They're looking for it. He's taunting Rami Malek. And he hits him in the head with a shovel. Killing him instantly.
Yeah.
Which, first of all,
It was
how do you kill someone by hitting them in the head with a shovel? One solid strike.
it was a nice strike
It
though.
was a nice
It was
strike.
really clean.
Rami Malek is not like a strong dude.
No, he looks like a little boy.
He does.
Yeah. Like he looks like he's in like a private school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got that weird mouth thing. I can't get past that mouth thing. It's just strange.
It works when he's being like a creep, but him trying to be like a serious
He
cop.
was trying
just-
to be a serious cop.
and it just didn't really work. He
I
was
wasn't-
so
No, I wasn't buying
terribly
it. I wasn't
casted.
buying it at all.
Nah, no.
But he kills him. Denzel Washington shows up. He's like, all right, bury the body. I'm going to go take care of his house. Burns all of his evidence in his house. And then it ends.
Yeah.
And
Because the whole point is that Denzel hit a crime before was because he accidentally killed somebody. So now it's supposed to be like how they're both the same.
There was this
I still don't get the
crime
ending. I
from
still
where
don't get it.
Denzel Washington was from, where 2 women got killed. He thinks it was the same guy who was killing people in L.A. So he goes down there, starts talking to Rami Malek, And we don't find out if it's the same person, but during that particular crime, he happens to shoot an innocent bystander, killing her.
Yeah,
But-
but it's done so quickly.
It
Like it's
really
such a
is.
one-off thing where you almost like you could have just missed it, and then
There's-
it's like, wait, what?
There's maybe a 10-second scene where we flash back to him shooting this girl.
Yeah, motherfucker.
And they don't really allude to it at all beforehand.
Not
They
really.
mention a couple times that there was 3 bodies at the crime scene and they only found 2, but it's so sparsely referred to throughout the movie that this has no impact on us whatsoever.
At all.
At all.
Zero. It just has zero impact.
So
It's-
I guess the theme is that Denzel Washington doesn't want Rami Malek to kind of let these cases take over him and let him become obsessed with it.
But he also encourages him throughout the
Denzel
movie.
Washington's not a good guy.
He's just a terrible
He's not
guy
a good guy in this movie. In this movie,
Like,
I'm sure
that's-
Denzel Washington's a great
That
guy.
would make sense if he was like deterring him away, but the whole movie he's kind of pushing it forward. I feel like he wants him to be like
Because he has to go
he's-
to LA
yeah.
to get some evidence, and he meets up with Rami Malek, who starts discussing this case. So he could have just gone back home and left the whole thing alone.
completely.
None of this would have happened.
No,
Yeah, Denzel Washington's the bad guy.
he is. That's the moral of this movie.
That's the moral of the story. I guess we'll see you later.
Be sure to like.
Yeah, like the video.
If you like this video at all, like the button.
Like the video.
Hit the like button.
Subscribe, we're new.
Yeah, we're new. We suck.
We'll
But
get better.
you like us. We're charming.
We got a blanket tied up.
Look
to
at
the
look at
wall.
that. Look at that.
We'll get better.
We're
Don't worry.
innovating. Yeah.
We're trying. All right. Bye.
Later.